Hello, good evening and welcome. And as always, if you're not in the UK, hello, insert time of day and welcome. First off, I'd just like to begin with an apology. If you were watching Tuesday's stream of The Secret of Monkey Island, we hit our very first set of technical mess-ups. Unfortunately, my wired internet here decided to start playing up about an hour. Well, it messed up entirely an hour into the stream, but was having some problems before that. Some people were receiving audio, some people were not. And unfortunately it just caused a lot of problems, ending up in my internet cutting out entirely around the time that we went for our first break. So I do apologise for anyone who was watching on Tuesday. As a result, next Tuesday, providing that internet is working again properly, we will be completely restarting The Secret of Monkey Island, just so that we can all start again on a fresh page for those people who are unable to watch properly this Tuesday just gone. So I do apologise to those who were able to watch properly. We will be retreading sort of the first hour of the game, but obviously it's just to be fair for everyone who wasn't able to watch properly that day. So on to today's game. We're on to part 6 of our System Shock 2 playthrough. We're getting very close to the end of the game now. We're on board the Rickenbacker ship attached to the USS Von Braun. We're making our way through the link between the two ships, destroying the black annelid eggs. There were, if I remember correctly, 24 of those. We've got around a third of those destroyed. Showdown wants them all gone before we then disengage both ships, destroy the Von Braun, and then take the Rickenbacker off into space and hopefully have a happy ending. Whether that will be the case or not, we'll see. But as usual, with System Shock 2, some content warnings before we start. This is a horror themed game, so there are scenes of violence and gore. For any epileptic viewers, there are flashing lights and flashing and static imagery within the game. Any arachnophobic viewers, there are spider enemies, and they are now fairly constant throughout the playthrough. There are I keep forgetting. The best way to put this is that we see flashbacks of characters who have attempted and committed suicide from actions in the past, and also we will also discover characters who have committed suicide, so there is a sort of content warning in place for that as well. I think if there's anything else, that covers the majority of it for that. So I'll get the game started up and we will get things on the way. And of course, close this mirror to the side of me, which you can't really see, but just helps reflect light on my lovely face. My lovely unshaved face, because I didn't have time to do it before the stream today. Right. Yes, we've reached the safe spot just before now. So just before we progress any further, if this is your first time watching, there's 5 other streams to watch. Go back and watch those. But if you want to jump in now, we're doing a Navy tech build, so we're focusing primarily on hacking. We've got a quick reminder, we've got inventory, reasonable amounts of ammo, stat-wise, I guess. So we've found lots of modules, so we've got most of our stats up to a fair amount now. Hacking, maintaining, research, they're all up to a fairly reasonable amounts. And of course we've gone full in on standard weapons, which is why we have the assault rifle. We are pretty much built for the occasion, this being towards the end of the game.
Security system offline.
And of course, our map is now useless. Let's just make sure I don't want that. Let's got a of those. And let's make sure we're on normal firing mode at the moment.
Unit I-832 compromised.
A lovely big pulsating mess covering the side of the ship there.
Unit R-983 compromised.
Now just make sure that those turrets won't cause us any bother as and when the security system's back online. That's a side hypos, we don't need that. Actually, I forgot we have the recycler, so I can turn it into nanites. Anything useful hiding down here? Doesn't appear so. I spy a thing. Yep. Again, if you're just joining us from not using any psionic powers on this playthrough, as I've discussed before, I have tried a psionics playthrough on one occasion, but it didn't go very smoothly. I've been advised on oh, hello. But it didn't go brilliantly. Have been advised on how to make it go a bit better.
System online.
So we may do that one day in the future. But if we do go back to System Shock 2, it will be sort of in a couple of years' time. We've got plenty of other games to fill the gap until then. Let's put a radiation suit on.
Radiation hazard. Radiation hazard. Radiation hazard.
Yeah, anytime that door wants to open, that would be lovely.
Radiation hazard. Radiation hazard.
Just quick load that. We are, of course, saves coming, because this is an old game and we don't have time to not. Right, let's just check our notes and see what our objective was. Let's try to reverse. Oh, I could just move that out of the way. Now we can get through. hear a camera though. Oh, hello. Good night. Got a bit too overeager there. Right, right, so how about plenty of high bows, so let's go back a bit. Now I'll just redo that security station. There we go.
Security system offline.
Right, let's try that again without being shot.
Unit M101 compromised.
Or eaten. Okay, the turret lost. It's fine. I've got a shotgun.
Unit R983 compromised.
That's for the eggs. Sure there's no other turrets are lying around.
Destroy the last 5 of their eggs quickly. I tire of this exercise.
Perhaps we judged you too hastily.
We feel there is room for us
To coexist. After all, we are both
children of flesh. Why not join with us
against the machine mother.
Oh, we have lots of modules. Can I wear that now? No, need strength 6. So we'll save those up.
Security system online.
And also we've got far fewer eggs to hunt than I thought.
Your incompetence continues to astound me.
I've blocked off access to pod 2 until you've reversed
The gravitronic generators in the cell B. Must I watch you every step of the way?
In my defence, it has been a week. Right, now I've just got to remember where I have and haven't been. With a week's amount of lost memory. Yeah, but I'll expect. Oh. No, get out of the way!
Potential threat detected. Potential
Son of a...
threat detected.
The greatest enemy getting stuck in the blooming scenery. Another one. Oh, this is not worth the ammo.
Your incompetence continues to astound me.
I've blocked off access to pod 2 until you've reversed
The gravitronic generators in the cell B. Must I watch you every step of the way?
Wait a minute, can I... It's 40, so 2 modules short. Alright, this time we won't set off the camera. Right. Alright, so yeah, came up a ladder to get here. Some nanites over there that I don't think I'm going to be able to jump to. These are friends. Right, I just need to find this port in SLB somewhere. How am I doing now? I'm just working my way backwards without taking any shortcuts, just to rebuild my mental map from last week's session. Yes. So there's a reminder, that is the only map I have left. Thankfully, as we progress backwards, so, and the cell B this direction. Chemical storeroom, I remember we've been there. I can hear an egg. Now I can hear a robot. Okay, got that at least. The cell B is an important place, so we go in the opposite direction first off. Turret up there. Bit of armor piercing. Ideally could do a reverse security station. Is there one in here? There we go.
Security system offline.
Security system offline for blooming ages.
Unit R001 compromised.
So that was up a bit more of a look into space. Some of you may have noticed my weapon's degrading a bit. I'm waiting till it hits a value of 5 before I use a tool.
Unit A694 compromised.
Hear it. There we go. The fusion cannon, unfortunately, I can't use because it's a high level energy weapon. Oh, and the assault rifle's gone down to 5. Through here, make sure we're not going to get ambushed by something like that turret.
Unit R001 compromised.
Only one egg remains. Insect. Are you always this slow?
Anyway, I'm lost.
Hi there. Please make your selection. Hi there. Please make your
Replicator database
selection.
reinitialized.
Got enough med kits, take the high post, that's fine.
Do you think you can defeat us with your wire?
And steel.
We offered you the ecstasy of our union, and you chose the vacuum of
The
technology.
vacuum of technology.
Alright, turrets. Turrets.
Unit R343 compromised.
God damn it. As I've mentioned in earlier streams as well, this being on a version of the Dark engine used for Thief the Dark project, the movement can be a little bit cumbersome at the best of times. There we go.
Unit Y294 compromised.
This device will reverse the gravitronic generators in Pod 2. This will prevent you from clumsily disturbing
The overloaded Meson acceleration coil there.
Now get back to your task, insect. The ship must be cleared, and my patience is dwindling.
Before we do that, just see what else is through here.
Unit R582 compromised.
Do you believe that's our last egg? Whoops. No. Shoot over it. Well, this is awkward. Sorry, little buddy.
You've destroyed all the eggs. Now, get to the bridge. Here are some more upgrade modules.
I enjoy watching your transformation into my own image, insect.
Perhaps there is hope for you yet.
Unit E439 compromised.
It's this way. Came in. Alright, so that's this area fully done, I believe. I just got to remember the way back. So it came this way. Pod 2, that was it. Ladders.
Hi there. Please make your selection. Right, this way. Alright, let's upgrade maximum strength and put on the best combat armour. Oh, actually, can we recycle that? No. So I'll drop that. Don't need it in our inventory. Anything in tech? And put our maintenance up to maximum. Right, before we progress onwards, make a proper save. And we'll carry onwards. Oh yes. The upside down bit.
You were warned.
Prepare to be cut down by the progeny of our joy.
So of course we reverse the gravity with that little switch we flicked just now. So we get to go through this bit slightly off kilter. I come past it. I was gonna think. I come past the security panel at all. Nope. Okay.
I thought Polito would be my avatar, but Polito was weak. It was I who chose you. And I, who had a robotic servant render your form unconscious. I then completed you with cybernetic grace. Your flesh, too, is weak. But you have potential. Every implant exalts you. Every line of code in your subsystems elevates you from your disgusting flesh. Perhaps you have potential. Perhaps once we have erased my wayward children from existence, we can examine the possibilities of a real alliance.
And so the game there subverts the player's customization with a normal upgrade system by making you realise that the more that we've been upgrading, the more we've been becoming more like Shodan. Well, that was definitely the combat room. First audio log of tonight.
The genie of Citadel Station is out of the bottle, and I am the cause. I can't bear to be Pandora, and I'm not brave enough to wait around and see the death and misery I have caused. This is my last transmission, my friend. Be careful. I think Shodan has plans for you.
Just checking the nooks and crannies for any other things to pick up. And of course, classic upturned cross imagery here for everything having gone to hell. Can't have a horror game without it. Do I have a map back? Nope. Go. Damn it. Solid. Let's try that again. Let's try that again. Do a quick save a bit closer. Oh, well, at least I made the ladder this time. Forgot to change it off auto, but I'll take what I can. We don't need that. Go somewhere. If I remember correctly, sort of this section of the game, I think, is a little bit more linear than before. So, ladders. So we should be sort of fairly direct, shouldn't be getting lost quite as often as we have in the past. Invisible spider. Two of them. Still hear another somewhere. Come on, get me. Do it. Do it now. Kill me. Kill me, you son of a bitch. Ladders.
Those worms were a cancer in my body, so I had the auto doc cut it out. You think they're gonna let you blow up the Von Braun? The many will never allow it. But I've got something to help you. It's in my quarters. You'll find the access card on my body. Keep the fight to them, soldier. And remember, you're the only one to trust.
And so we find the remains of Captain Diego, essentially one of the two men who started all of this from happening in the first place. So quite how sorry you want to feel for him is completely up to you.
Transmitting cyber modules.
And just once so Shozan, I'd like you, just like to say, good job, well done. Just want you to say that you're proud of me. That's so much to ask. Geometry. I feel that's the world is my biggest enemy in this session. And now we're back to normal. Check the map, and we're up to Deck C.
Hold where you are, irritant. The analytes have tried my patience
For the final time.
We cannot separate from the Von Braun. Observe. Observe the many. It has used the flesh of the biomass to grow.
Do you stand in awe of my creations, insect? The time has come.
To eradicate my error. There is an escape pod.
An escape pod in the rear of the bridge. Use it to launch yourself into the guts of the worm.
Sure, just get deeper in. That can't possibly be a bad thing to do. Oh, here, kitty. Can hear blooming spiders somewhere. Oh, there's another big one. There's also a security camera at it. On top of that, we've got blooming new age music everywhere. Truly the greatest crime of all. We must stop this space new age music from reaching Earth. Oh, there you are. I think just doing a little bit of extra damage for the final bit of the game will do us nicely. And before we progress onwards, just add another proper save on as well. Really? Oh, God damn it. Now this guy decides to show up. Will it come through? No? Okay. Did you come through? Right, that I believe might be the escape pods. So I believe we've got to do some other oh, is it? The big sign saying escape pod sort of gave it away. So I believe.
You hesitate? I will not ask a second time.
Times.
Launch into the many.
Cut out its heart.
and I will reward you.
with continued existence.
Fail me, and I will put an end to your disgusting inefficient biology.
How many of these bloody things are in here? You can go away as well. Those down there can go away. Everything can just go away.
The Menome has grown to a massive size. It has wrapped itself around these two ships, preventing their separation. Their creation was my error. My error. Their destruction shall be my delight.
Hi there. Please make your selection. Hi there. Please make your selection.
Reinitialized.
You performed well, insect. I've transmitted some cybernetic modules. Choose your upgrades wisely.
Oh, good, more worms. Two of those in the moment. This has not gone to plan. Right.
You perform well for an
Don't step in the worms. Get up here. Don't step in the other worms. Get to there. Pick up landmarks. Get up. Get past those worms. Get to the door. Wait here. El Spidero Uno. Welcome to System Shock 2, the game where you whack giant maggots with a crystal. I'm sure there's a second spider, but I'm sure we'll bump into it. Right, well, about an hour in, so after that little ambush, it seems a good time as any to just take a quick 5-minute break. So make sure stretch your own legs, take your eyes off the screen, and we will see you in about 5 minutes time. Hello and welcome back. Right, let's carry on with the game. So I just had that ambush, and I've got two turrets waiting for us around the corner here, so we'll do a bum rush down to the security camera that's there. Check there's not anything lurking behind us.
Security system offline. Unit R983 compromised. Unit O328 compromised.
Right, makes this bit a little bit safer. Now we can do a little bit of upgrading. Stats are maxed. Tech. It's not really anything we need to boost up in there. Research everything we need to research. I'll put some into energy weapons, I guess. Yeah, if we come across something, we'll bring it along as a backup. Right, so that was to the bridge there. So yes, we've been through. Right, we've got a ladder there. Don't seem to be anything there though. Right. I think that's this area mostly cleared out now, so we can pop down and hit the button on the shuttle. Escape pod, whatever you wish to call it. Landed in meat. It's meat. Meat, mummy. The sky is made of meat. Bit of obscure reference there for maybe one person in the entire world might get.
The many hold sway here. Even I cannot maintain contact. You are on your own, human.
Fail me not.
And today on how your body works, the goopy bits.
One of the flying things dragged me and David here last night. I don't remember much about the trip. I guess I must have blocked it out, half-conscious most of the time. I keep remembering the part from Pinocchio, you know, where the old man goes looking for the puppet inside the whale. Except I don't think anyone's coming in here to save me.
We invite you to spread yourself out on our warmth.
One of our many will be there to help you before long.
You know what? I might pass. And of course there's no map available. I've got to find the brain that controls that. Is it in the water? Yes. Okay. I'm out of... Oh. Which way did I come in? Is it that way? I think so. Or was it this way? Oh, no, I came in this way to get the other direction. So I've got that 59 shots. That. Oh. An entire game's worth of bad ammo decisions are coming back to haunt me. Okay, so that just cycles around in the big loop. Son of a bitch. Flies will die out. Got to take care of the worm now. Oh. Flies in the corpse. Worms in the corpse. Everything in the corpse.
Hi there.
Everything
make your
designed
selection.
to just be annoying.
Hi there. Please
Replication
make your
database
selection.
reinitialized.
Thank you for choosing value wrap.
I get the feeling we're going to need them. That's where those two inconveniences were. Let's see. Come on. There we go. Geometry, my greatest enemy.
Now I'm convinced that this Many, as it calls itself, indeed has a centralized nervous system, which means it would have to have some kind of centralized control. To this end, I've gathered as many weapons as I could and stashed them in caches. One of the beasts discovered a cache and apparently mistook it for food. It simply brought it into the crunching room. The arterial passageways are blocked by some kind of sphincter. I follow the nerves that threaded out of the walls from the blockage. They lead to a pair of nerve clusters. When the passageway is open, the cluster seems to contract. Conversely, I wonder if I was able to destroy both clusters, it would open the blockage permanently. I'm anxious to see the rest of this beast.
Oh, friend. Yeah, might be the only one.
Radiation hazard. Radiation hazard.
But it's a good Anything else?
The machine mother cannot help you inside the biomass. Her coldness is not welcome within the warmth of our flesh.
Right, let's see what else is down here.
Radiation hazard.
At least what else we can make out down here. Right, there's another passageway. Let's scoot along down here.
Radiation hazard.
You tear our very flesh.
With no thought of compassion. Do you think we will sit idly by?
While you corrupt the very womb of our existence.
Radiation hazard.
Alright, so there's that way. I suppose that's probably it. Been up there. I'm never a big fan of underwater sections because I'm very good at getting lost.
Hazard.
Okay, so I did not go down this passage. Oh no, this leads back here. Oh, okay. As evidenced by that lack of judgment.
Hazard.
Right, so nothing else to do there. We've got one of the cyborg ladies here as well. Got those, there's some of them over here. How many slugs I've got left? Plenty of those. Wait for those to die out. Do the old dodge and weave.
Hi there. Please make your selection. Hi there. Please make your selection.
Reinitialized.
Thank you for choosing value. Thank you for choosing. We hope you enjoyed. Thank you for choosing. We hope you enjoyed. We hope you. Thank you for choosing. Thank you for choosing value wrap.
I can hear an egg, but I can't see an egg. No. There's another one somewhere. There. Okay.
Hi there. Please make your selection. Thank you for choosing value wrap.
Won't make any apologies for buying a whole lot of shotgun shells, considering that might be the last replicator I find for a while.
You seek your associates, but you cannot find them.
does it feel
to be one
against the infinite?
There's some kind of horrible grinding noise coming from the next area. It sounds like chewing. I think I know what's going to happen here. This is some kind of digestive tract of a very, very large animal. I go back and forth between being fascinated and terrified. The creatures are a remarkable discovery. I wish I could only live long enough to learn more.
We're about to be eaten alive. What? Remember what's wrong with this pool? Oh yeah, we get sucked in and eaten alive. You see a little bit of environmental storytelling here with one of the people dragged inside of the mini, setting up a rudimentary shelter inside the intestinal tract. Also, we can't get up there. Not quite sure what they subsisted on for the small time they were here, but if I remember correctly, a lot of quick saving needed here.
Ago, one of those large burly creatures dragged Claudette towards the sound of the grinding. Apparently, the animal uses smaller creatures to help move food along its digestive tract. I tried to help Claudette, but it wasn't even a contest, and I'm ashamed to admit I judged that seeing what happened to her was a vital element of my studies here. I imagine I won't have the opportunity to record any observations when it comes my turn.
Yeah, remember, if you brush your teeth every day, you can have teeth this big and strong as well. Remember where it is I need to be going, so we're going along here. Is there anything on the floor to pick up? Don't think so. Ladder up to somewhere. A door that needs opening. magnetise that, so it's not going to reach those two. So we're using it to get up to there, and presumably to that ladder to get up to there. Right. And I've just got to not get crushed in the meantime. Damn it. First person shooter platforming in 1999. They hadn't really solved it. And to be fair, we still haven't. There we go. Damn it. I got one of these boys. Come on. A save after having to do all of that.
We feel you moving inside of us.
Wow.
The sensation is
repulsive.
Yeah, that's what she said. I hear you, Robo Lady.
Besides the parasitic behavior evidenced in the life cycle of the human annelid hybrids, it's becoming clear to me that Shodan has bred the many to use humans for other purposes. First of all, the many clearly has the capability to convert human flesh to energy. It can eat us, but it can also directly use us in the creation of its egg pods. Corpses are fed into some kind of tubular structure, and eggs are birthed through a nearby tube. I've been unable to determine whether the organism is directly converting the corpses into egg structures or not. But it's clear that there's some connection between the nutrient pool we provide and the eggs that are being produced.
We are the human omelette. Which is not a sentence I thought I'd be saying when I woke up this morning. It's annoying flies. Go away, nobody likes you.
Your time is running out.
This place is a womb where we grow our future.
Your weapons fail. Your ammunition runs low.
And you've yet to see our most beautiful creation. All you have is your hatred and your individuality.
Now don't you wish to join us? Would you then feel so alone?
Is that all that was in here? Can't be right. Well, fortunately, sort of, for those who've been following us, my memory of different areas gets foggier the further we go into the game, and it gets at its foggiest when we're in what's basically a meat maze. So please bear with whilst I explore around and get us towards our final areas of the game.
While I don't understand the annelid life cycle fully, it's clearly extremely diverse. The eggs produce either a male or a female spore. The male, the drones, are wasp-like creatures. The female are worm-like annelids that seek out a host to infect. Following infection, the host begins to transform into a human annelid hybrid. From that point, the life form can take numerous paths. I believe this path is determined by the many itself. The creatures have communicated their need to grow the biomass, so I imagine that biological material is their primary resource. Therefore, each path has costs and benefits. The proto-arachnid is extremely quick and potentially relatively cheap in biomass. The hulking fleshy ones are powerful, but are clearly a larger investment. I've observed only one example of the floating organisms. The only comfort is that the more dangerous organisms are quite costly to produce, limiting their numbers.
Toxic hazard.
So I guess the only way left is forwards.
With only a few short years of evolution, they've been able to conquer this starship, mankind's mightiest creation. Where were we after 40 years of evolution? What swamp were we swimming around in, single-celled and mindless? What if Shodan's creations are superior to us? What will they become in 1,000,000 years, in 10 million years? What's clear is that Shodan shouldn't be allowed to play God. She's far too good at it.
Always like that line there.
It's clear that this thing I'm trapped inside is intimately linked with all the organisms I observed on board the Von Braun. Strike that. This creature is the same organism. Perhaps the best way to describe it, or perhaps the only way I can comprehend it, is that the organism serves to perform the highest mental functions of the entire species. The smaller creatures exist only to enact its will. Now, strike that too. All the specimens act as a whole, like different organs in a single body, with this entity acting primarily as a brain. If one were to destroy this large specimen, I wonder, would it snuff out all the others?
Essentially, if you defeat the boss monster, does it defeat all the others? And the answer is yes. Well, that is the way of the video game. Here we go.
The end is near.
Soon
You shall see our final face.
but do not despair.
Surely the void is preferable to your pointless, solitary
Struggle.
Do another proper save there, 'cause we're about 2 hours. And we should be heading up on our boss fight with the many, which we'll get to after our break. So I'll see you in about 5 minutes. Once I tab out the window correctly, of course. Okay. Right, let's progress onwards. And hopefully with an hour to go, we might just get this thing finished. Right, we don't want to take out the squiddy thing just yet, we want to find the brain thing that's in charge of it. We'll come back to the log in a moment. I don't have a choice, done it. Oh, I'm gonna die. Yep. Try, do I shoot the main body or do I shoot the stars that are floating around it? Can't quite remember.
I'm being taken away now. It's my turn. I'm being dragged into some kind of chamber. The ceiling is aligned with a number of panels, bristling with what appear to be stalactites or teeth. The creature's put me down now. He's leaving. Am I to be spared? What's going on? It's dark in here. I can hear moans of someone. Claudette? Is that you? I seem to have stepped into something dissolved. Slippery. Stalactites.
Quick save there. Oh wait, let's repair the shotgun. Quick save again. Alright. Brain up here. No. Damn it. Get me through the damn tunnel and not directly into the... Right, so we go into here. One of those. Two of those. Don't get stuck in their scenery. Goodness me. Alright. Alright, I've still got toxic going on. Use medkit and a hypo. Go away. Nobody likes you. No more bullets left. Right, quick save there, because we got rid of the squiddy things. I've just got to work out what I'm doing here. Oh, it is those star things. Right. Let's not waste the ammo then. There we go.
Do you know what you have wrought? Our tragedy
is written by your hand.
Right, we will land in the middle. There we go. First time.
We die. Beware the machine mother. She is a stranger.
She is a stranger to everything we cherish.
You see the title of the save. Where am I?
Thank you for running my errands, puppet. I know you have
struggled, but I never had any intention of destroying the Von Braun. The Von Braun's faster-than-light drive can be used to create pockets of proto-reality.
I am now using it to modify reality to my own
specifications.
The process shall not take long. If it sounds unpleasant to you, put your mind at ease, insect. You will not survive to see my new world order.
And so the inevitable betrayal occurs. Obviously this was actually sort of something of a, I wouldn't say a new thing, but still something to be relatively unexpected in a game where you were receiving orders from someone throughout the entire thing, to be betrayed by that person. But it's still a fairly novel concept. is a fairly rote concept nowadays, but thanks very much.
Hi there. Please make your selection.
If you are receiving this, I am already dead. When I realized Shodan had betrayed me, I integrated these comments into her primary data loop. Shodan has exploited the warping capability of the Von Braun's faster-than-light device for her own purposes. The device works by altering space around the ship to fairly arbitrary specifications. Shodan has altered it to her specifications. The effect is rather small now, but spreads with alarming speed. Soon it will reach Earth. You are in her world now, her memories, and her rules. Watch your back.
And so we start to see a familiar surrounding from before we disembarked for the Heart of the Many. But what's this? Got the outside, we see space, see if there's space. And then the virtual reality construct from the training at the very beginning. Let's explore. How did this get here?
You are not alone here. Shodan has spawned her own versions of the Von Braun's horrors. Remember, they are virtual. They are not real. Do not assume anything about their strengths or weaknesses.
And then we reach one of my favourite reveals of this game. A recreation of the opening area of the original System Shock.
You travel within the glory of my memories, insect. I can feel your fear as you tread the endless expanse of my mind.
Make yourself comfortable. Before long, I will decorate my home
With your carcass.
So we've got everything here sort of from those original low resolution textures mapped out using the then up-to-date Dark engine. It was just a nice touch for those who had been able to play the original game to get this little nod back. Yeah, sort of a little bit of nostalgia. Then as we progress a bit further in, we see that things aren't quite fully constructed yet. The geometric shapes. Oh. Reminiscent of those that you would find in the game's original cyberspace world. Unfortunately, we won't be able to visit sort of a full representation of that. Imagine, if you will, the sort of a wireframe virtual reality construct in a sort of 6 degrees of access, sort of free movement style of a 3D shooter, similar to a Descent. An interesting concept, but one that's sometimes incredibly tricky to navigate. I'm sure one day we will get through the original System Shock. It is definitely a trickier game to play logistically these days. Not in terms of getting it up and running, thankfully. Obviously it's out on GOG these days, plus we had the enhanced edition come out as well with benefits such as mouse look. Could have really done with back in the good old days. Anything up here? Do I have a map? Of course not. What part of this latter quarter of the game would make me think that I'd have a map? Damn it. However, if there is something to kill, then it means I have not been this way yet, so it must be the correct destination. Can't get in there just yet.
You are near the seat of Shodan's power. You will probably not be able to defeat her, but there is no choice. Remember to focus on your strengths. She will be vulnerable to your weaponry and your psionic powers. I've been able to introduce some assistance in the form of virtual terminals that you can hack into. They should help you defeat the monster.
Well, luckily, I've got all of my points into hacking. Okay. Very quickly, we just need to be dropping down into here. And we can... Or was it going up? Find out in a moment.
You must understand the stakes here. If Shodan is left to continue, her reality will completely assimilate ours. Space will become cyberspace, and Shodan's whims will become reality.
See, maybe it would have been alright with us if Shodan hadn't stabbed us in the back. She goes through all that effort of making us her avatar, her cybernetic buddy. All she does is downtrod us, tell us we're an insect, never says thank you. If she'd just been buddies, we wouldn't be going through the next bit where we go and stop her. So let's do it.
You are no longer welcome here, nuisance. Why do you stay when you sense my displeasure? I have suffered your company long enough. It is time for our dance to end.
Join your species in extinction.
I smell the rot. Die, irritant. Are you there? I don't understand. How could you have done this?
You weren't
Meant to be important. And now you think to destroy. You think to destroy me. How dare you, insect? How dare you interrupt my ascendance? You are nothing. A wretched bag of flesh. What are you compared to my magnificence?
but it is
Not too late. Can you not see the value in our friendship? Imagine the powers I can give to you, human. The cybernetic implants I gave you were simply toys. If I desired, I could improve you, transform you into something more efficient. Join me, human, and we can rule. And we can rule together.
Nah.
So
Record log, Tommy Suarez, 13 July 14.
we'll get to it in a
We've
moment.
just received a hail from a crew member on board the Van Braun. They've managed to regain control of the ship. We're going to turn around and head back. I'm a little concerned about Rebecca. She's been acting strangely since we've come on board. She's asleep now. Maybe when we get back to the Van Braun, we can...
Tommy, what's the matter, lover? Don't you like my new look?
We'll let the credits go. Yeah, we'll talk over those for a little bit. So that was System Shock 2. This took a little bit longer than expected. I was expecting to be done in sort of about 4 streams, but yeah, so at the very end there, after having said nothing for the entire game, we get our we get the hero that we've been playing do the most atypical late 90s cool badass thing of just going nah and shooting Shodan in the face. So it is a mixture of brilliant and awful. I can't hate it, but yes, that's how it ends. And of course we get the hook for the sequel that so far never was, with it being revealed that Rebecca, who we saw escaping throughout the events of the game, being somehow infected by Shodan. Not sure how that might happen, guessing through some form of cybernetic implant that she had. And thankfully System Shock 3 is now happening at long last, releasing nearly 20 years later. We'll have to see how things progress with that. We've not had much beyond some sort of teaser imagery, but I'm confident that the new team will be able to pull it off. But yeah, we've obviously got the remake of the original System Shock on its way as well, which has hit some road bumps, but they've managed to pull things together and sort of get back on the right track in that regard. They've had some problems with feature creep, which is where they'd expanded beyond their original intent and basically sort of bitten off more than they could chew, so they've scaled back down to sort of what the project was originally meant to be, which was an up-to-date remake of the original game. And so there we have it, System Shock 2. The second game that we started on this channel, and has taken us 6 sessions to get through, so it's 5 weeks. Probably about an entire week's session's worth of getting lost and running around, but we've made it in the end. So, as discussed before, now that we have finished System Shock 2, the next game that we're going to be going to is the original Doom from 1993. This will be starting next week. We're going to be finishing up a little bit early, as there's only about 20 minutes left, so we won't worry about sort of trying to fill the time. So I hope you join me again next week at 7 PM British time, 2 PM Eastern and 11 AM Pacific. Same channel as always, that's at twitch.tv/Menome Twitch, or if you're on Mixer, at mixer.com/Menome. The addresses can be found on the Twitter page, along with links to the YouTube content at Menome TV, and of course in the information page. Sorry, in the I will get these memorised at some point. In the information panels on the pages at both Mixer and Twitch. So all that's left to say is a thank you very much for watching. The date at the time of recording is the 30th of August 2018. The Great Nuclear War has not yet happened, but if you are watching this in the future, then stay warm, stay safe, and watch out for the giant radioactive maggots. Thank you, and good night.